Hello, my friend. Good morning, good day, good evening. Here's why no one cares. This is why no one cares about you. And yeah, first off, this is just a story in your head. It might sound harsh for me to say that because because it can feel so real. And believe me, I know how it feels. Just watch my last video. I tell you all about it. But the fact of the matter is that it's very unlikely that it's true. Very unlikely. See, humans are compassionate social creatures. We're made to exist in tribes, in community. We're made to exist with each other and to be able to feel each other's emotions and pick each other up when others are down. So, what would be more accurate to say is you think no one cares, or you feel like no one cares. And there are a lot of stories like this that we tell ourselves. A lot of self-defeating stories that we don't want to be true, but we feel like are so inescapable. And I know that feeling. But when you buy into these stories and believe them, you start acting in a way that they become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, for me, it was, I've realized through a lot of introspection that the main way that I create this self-fulfilling prophecy is through isolation. When I am disappointed by someone or something, I kind of just retract inward and hide from the world out there. It would be like things like, not replying to friends, or, not really reaching out to anyone ever. And there are a lot of reasons why I don't have many friends right now. God is definitely rearranging my social life and my friend group right now, and it's a little more complicated than just this negative story playing out in my life. But the thing is, like, I intentionally left all these friends behind, and then I also complain about having no friends. But I don't go out and try to make new friends. And then I tell myself this story, oh, I'm so lonely, why does no one care about me? And I don't even try. I don't even try to put myself in positions where I could find people that would actually vibe with me, It's so funny how we do this. It's so funny. Like, we get this little negative story about ourselves and start buying into it and acting in a way to make it true, and then we don't like being in it, yet we still justify why we're in this position. Like, for me, one of the main ways I would justify it was another story of, oh, I'm broke. Like, I can't afford to go out to the bar and spend $40 on drinks, or pay for this little interest group class and meet up with these people. Like, oh, I can't do that. I don't have the money to go out and make friends. That's not true. There's so many free ways to make friends. And do I really believe in that story of I'm broke? Yeah, topic for another video. And I understand how it is. I understand how sticky these stories are, how deeply embedded, and how true they feel. Because something happened to make you feel this way. Something happened. And now you're convinced that this is the way life is. For me, it was a breakup. I was just dumped suddenly, and I don't know, I had already kind of been losing a lot of friends. I've never had a lot of friends in general. I'm a pretty introverted guy. But that feeling of just like being left alone so suddenly brought it just made this story so convincing to me, because every time it came up, I was like, see what happens? No one cares. She didn't care about me. And I allowed that story to take root, and I'm responsible for that, so I have to take accountability for correcting it and changing my life, reframing it. I was convinced that I had to keep living that story. But at a certain point, it causes so much pain that there's only so much pain a person can take, before something has to change, something has to give. You either break down or you break through. So to wrap this up, number one, it's not true. Someone cares. Even if it's like not caring to the depth to which you really want to be cared for, someone cares. Humans are compassionate creatures. Well, in general, not all of us, but it's not hard to actually find someone with a good heart who cares. Number two, stop lying to yourself. Stop telling you this story, which you don't even want to be true. Stop telling yourself that it has to be this way when you don't want your life to be this way. You are the creator of your life. Why would you create hell? You can live in heaven. Like, it's really that simple. It really is that simple. And don't neglect those feelings and just be like, I really feel like it's true that no one cares inside, but I decide that it's something else. Like, you have to do a lot of work to release that. There's a lot of healing work to be done. I've been dealing with this for quite a while, and like that last video was, I think, a good example of that. My last video, you have to feel this. You have to, it's a cliche in the spiritual world, you have to feel it to heal it. I think that's pretty much true. I think it's like 99.9% true. Like, pretty much all the time, you're gonna have to look at your shadows if you want to come to the light. Because those are parts of yourself that you're neglecting. Yeah, that's exactly why. These are parts of yourself that you're neglecting. And that part of you that feels like no one cares is going to be carried around within you until you do some kind of work, consciously or unconsciously, intentionally or just by happenstance. Something has to happen to clear that out of you. Number three, do something for yourself to prove that you're worthy of being cared for. No more being a wallflower. No more being a weepy victim. No more staying at home forever. Is that how you really want your life to be? Just stuck at home forever? Come home from work and just wallow in self-pity and despair? Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me, man. Probably not you if you're watching this far into the video either. Yeah. I'll leave it there. do something cool. Choose heaven, not hell.